Welcome back to TED Talks or 15-minute elevator pitches. We're going to try to do something new here. We're sponsored by MongoDB, 9.9999% because that's also 5 nines. So use MongoDB Cloud for all your uptime needs. So I'm here today with a guest who is a first-timer at SymfonyCon. Would you care to introduce yourself, please?
Yeah, I'm mo2l. I'm basically working with Shopware, which is using Symfony for let me count, 8 years now, or
Yes.
even a bit longer, but 8 years on an employee level. And yeah, I'm first time at SymfonyCon and I'm enjoying it so far.
Right. Are you active in the Symfony community? Like, this is your first one. Have you been active in the community?
Yeah, I have been active in the Slack since like half a year or so after I got forced to get active there because another Slack was dying.
Do you feel comfortable sharing your Slack username?
Yeah, sure. It's mo2l or mo2l, which is like what I pronounce it.
Right. So it's M-O, so Mike, Oscar, 2 Lima.
Yes.
Like mo2l, like the motor oil brand.
Yeah, that's it.
Are you a petrol head by any chance?
No, I'm not, but my last name is mo2l, spelled M-O-2-L, and that's what the nickname is coming from.
Right. I see. Do you like cars?
I have one, and I'm not, let's say it like that. I don't hate them.
Right. What car do you drive?
I drive a Mazda 3, and it's like the recent iteration when it first came out.
Nice.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
It gets you around, right?
Yeah.
So it's like the tool. So obviously you've been very active in Friendly Chit Chat. That's how we know each other. And yeah, so tell me about your first SymfonyCon. So what was the process like? What made you say, I am going to visit SymfonyCon?
To be honest, I was trying to go to SymfonyCon when it was at Disneyland, which would have been a pleasure to be there, but
Why would you want to do a tech conference in an amusement park?
why not?
Well, I'll tell you that, like, Guardians of the Galaxy themed ride, when you do it 5 times in a row, it kind of starts getting exhausting. You
Yeah,
know
but
that,
there
right?
is like
So-
Space Mountain.
So
and
it's not all fun and games
Yeah,
and
it
entertainment.
never
It's
is.
hard work.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
So, like, let's make that
Absolutely.
fully clear. But no, it's honestly, it's a great thing to be able to decompress at events
Yeah.
like this, and roller coasters, go-karts, anything, you know, where you have that social interaction can be good. That's a theme that we had in our first episode about, like, you know, don't take the fun away from us.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, you decided to come. You wanted to find the community. Did you meet lots of people from the Symfony Slack?
I meet a lot of people from the Symfony Slack, all the good guys, and good women, of course.
Yeah, when we say guys, I
Yeah.
skip the guys and gals. I'm like,
Yeah.
you know, all I see is an avatar and
Yeah,
some strange
absolutely.
picture. Like, it's a nickname and an avatar that is
Let's
sometimes
face it.
like a actual picture of the person. Other times it's just a Slack default logo.
Yeah.
Right. So that's all I see.
But
So that's
basically, all
what
the
I mean
good
with guys.
humans, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is a very authentic community, it's honest. It is sometimes, I wouldn't say toxic, but I would say, you know, we have our disagreements, which is good. You know,
Yeah,
when you
absolutely.
always agree, you sometimes don't challenge yourself.
Yeah, we need to discuss things to go the next step. Actually,
Yeah.
Would agree to that.
And sometimes you just gotta agree to disagree.
Yeah,
Did you organize to meet them, or like decide to, like, you know, chat, or did you encounter some by accident where you saw?
no,
maybe
I was kind of looking to meet them, and then it was like on the socializing event by Storyblog and Sensor Labs that I went there. Nobody was there, and then I was running into Bram, which I didn't knew was on the Slack and only learned about today, and then I somehow noticed some other guys from the Slack, and that's how it went. Yeah.
Yeah, like I mean, that event was cool. I was there for a little bit. The problem is they're very loud, so you can't really talk.
Yeah.
I think there needs to be a bit of a better mixture for like the clubbing kind.
Yeah.
And maybe, you know, have a quieter room that is more relaxed of a lounge setting.
Yeah, that would
Right.
be great.
So at SymphonyCon, Symphony Live, I'm sorry, Symphony Live Berlin last year we had Seabase. And that was wonderful because you could like hang out where the music is, and it was a great experience. But what I want to talk about is, you said Storyblock SensioLabs event.
Yeah.
Why Storyblock SensioLabs? Like, what is it? Did they pay for it, or?
They did pay for the drinks and the food, or at least Storyblock
So-
did, I think. But yeah.
Yeah, so they're essentially sponsoring
Yeah.
this. I think this one is unofficial, but there is a sponsor for the social that was happening tonight. There is drink sponsors and all kinds of things. Obviously, events like this can't go through without sponsors.
Yeah.
And we did have a bunch of sponsors. So I'm going to try in order when we go in the main hall. I do have a video up on like a walkthrough through SymphonyCon, so I will link that. But the first one, I am not sure. I know SymphonyCast was the second. Smile was left of SymphonyCast.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
did you visit the Smile booth?
Let's say I strolled around a
You
bit.
strolled around.
Yeah.
Did you talk to them at all?
No, I didn't talk to them.
All right, no worries. We don't judge. SymphonyCast is up next.
Yeah.
Did you grab a socks?
I didn't grab a pair of socks yet, but I need to do that tomorrow. Because who doesn't like socks?
Yeah, definitely get the socks. Socks have been one of the hottest commodities. Some special ones, and one of our guests here is showing off his MongoDB socks with pride. I'm personally wearing SymphonyCast this year's edition in honor of Ryan. We all miss him. So at the SymphonyCast booth, you can actually share a memory on a card that you have of Ryan and put it in. So they're collecting these at various events.
That's a nice
to put
gesture,
together all of the memories that people have with Ryan, who was unfortunately taken from us way too early, earlier this year. And we'll move on from that topic because tears don't sound good on a microphone. So, have you used SymphonyCast before?
I haven't. And it's kinda because I didn't want to pay for it, and with using Shopware there is like not the need of
All right, we're
using
giving
it,
away a
so
free.
yeah.
We're giving away a SymphonyCast subscription here to you for 1 year, so you get to enjoy it.
Thanks.
It's a wonderful product. They do sponsored content as well, in terms of a company says, "Hey, we have this product. We want to show Symfony developers how to use it correctly. We're going to pay you to make a good tutorial because we know the respect that the community has for you and the integrity that you have. So you're not going to pretend like this is the best thing you just happened to stumble upon, but you're going to be honest."
To be honest, I have consumed like similar concepts of other frameworks, which was a great learning experience.
Yeah.
So I was actually thinking about starting my CTO to get like a company license or something like that, because it can only be beneficial to the team.
All right, I think that was that on the left side, and then it continues in the back. There was a Drupal booth.
Yeah, there was a
which
Drupal.
looked a little bit lonely, but it's a community booth, right?
Yeah, it is.
There's not a lot of commercial means, so this is, again, we're talking sponsoring here. You know, companies have these roll-up banners, basically get almost thrown out after every event, right? Like, come on, get one printed for Drupal, like just the tarp, and have it replaced, and send them your old one that is not good enough for you, but will be good enough for Drupal, with a Drupal thing. Say, hey, just put our logo on your website, say that we gifted you one of those because you do a good job, and we're wonderful. After that, I think, was it JetBrains already?
No, it was FrankenPHP.
Oh, it was
first.
FrankenPHP first. Did you buy a FrankenPHP elephant?
I didn't buy one because Symfony Slack did organize to buy them on bulk from one person bought them on bulk from APA Platform Conference. So I got mine actually from there, but it was delivered on SymphonyCon.
So I'm gonna have to apologize for my colleagues here because some people at MongoDB will have to listen to this.
Yeah.
So what are elephants?
Elephants is basically like a little gimmick in the PHP world, having elephants given out by parts of the community, representing that part of the community, and it's basically a collectible.
Yes. So I am all for animal conservation and stuff, but plushies are a different story. I would kill for plushies. I love plushies. So do my kids. There's a huge load of plushies in our house. And so I have participated in the elephant trade. I have had a carry-on full of elephants that I brought. There were mostly Heroku ones, a couple of Symfony doubles that I had, to exchange for a bunch of other elephants at the last SymfonyCon Amsterdam. And I think we'll talk about the other booth later. There was some trading going on, I think, today, so maybe we can talk a little bit about that. Or we'll do an episode with Joppe. I think Joppe was
Joppe would be a great...
Joppe, it's always the Belgians in Africa.
Yes,
we shouldn't go to Belgians in Africa.
Yeah.
We should not go there. Every part of the elephant trade happens here except the production, which is either China or Portugal, depending on the vendor. Mm-hmm. There are vendors in Portugal. They are more expensive, but it's not the associated with cheap labor China.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you don't want cheap labor. China has a lot of labor. China does a lot of things very well. No problem with that, but don't rely on cheap labor for anything. So, yes, that's Leafy Chats, the maker of API platform. Kevin is a great friend of mine for reasons we can talk about separately. That has to do with MongoDB, so we'll skip that part because we are sponsored by MongoDB. Because 9.9999% is still 5 nines. Am I correct, sir?
You are correct, sir.
So that is still 5 nines. So use MongoDB Cloud for all your uptime needs. Awesome. Right, and then there was JetBrains. JetBrains is an interesting case, isn't it? Do you use any JetBrains products?
To be honest, I'm using it in a professional context provided by the company, and I have all products licensed myself. Because at some point, if you are going PHP Storm and Golang and want to use Tuna, it's easier to go all products than buy those separately. Yeah.
So you know that a lot of the enterprise world uses Java. So do they have a Java product?
They have.
Is that used at all? Because if we talk IDEs, I go back to the NetBeans days.
Yeah.
Right, and then there was Eclipse.
Yeah, that's what I used when I was using...
That's not JetBrains though, is it?
No, that's not JetBrains.
Does Eclipse still exist?
I'm not sure, to be honest.
But JetBrains, it still exists, I'm told by our audience. Thank you. So JetBrains for Java, they have IntelliJ.
Yeah, they have.
IntelliJ, right. It is widely used, and it's basically the core.
Yeah.
So I've never tried the all products pack because my problem is I use CLion and PHP Storm. But the CLion part also contains PHP because it's the PHP extension.
Yeah.
But I don't have PHP syntax highlighting there. Is there a product that can do that? Does JetBrains have something like that?
I think so.
Maybe I should go ask at the booth tomorrow.
Yeah,
we'll meet with Roman.
Should probably do that.
Roman is the current acting director, I think, of the PHP Foundation. That was kind of started by Roman at JetBrains. It's a fun story that we should do. They sponsored the PHP Foundation to the tune of $100,000 per year. And the goal is actually to have as little overhead as possible, so almost no management, and spend all of that money on people to maintain PHP. So because until a few years ago, until that happened, PHP was mostly maintained by the grace of companies that rely on it. And so for now, I think we're doing good in that regard. So that is something that JetBrains is known for. They're generally a very good player in the community. They give away free licenses to user groups. I, for the longest time, had an open source license because there was an open source product that I had, and I applied for a license, and they said yes. And just once a year, I had to show that I still did PHP coding in that repo, and I got my license for everything. Yeah. And I think it's that kind of stuff that ties developers to your product and gets their bosses to pay for it because the developers are asking for it. It's definitely a marketing strategy that I may have tried to apply.
Yeah.
It's a really good one. And at developer conferences, this is a developer conference, right? There is no salespeople, so they're not trying to sell you. Was there something to do at their booth? Was there an activity?
There was an activity.
There was an activity. Did you try the activity?
No, I didn't try.
We should try that tomorrow.
Yeah,
Let's try that
let's
tomorrow.
do that
I haven't
tomorrow,
tried it either, and I want one of those Lego elephants. That
Yeah,
they give
absolutely,
out.
because they are awesome.
Yes, so they also have an elephant that you can win. I actually got one of those when I did their use the PHP Storm refactorings efficiently to change this code to that in the fewest amount of keystrokes. All right, so quick time check. We are at 15 minutes, which is good. We are going to continue to our next sponsor. Do you remember what the next sponsor in line was
Next
after?
to JetBrains must be Upsun, mustn't it be?
There was Upsun,
Yeah.
Double Wide. They're one of the premium sponsors and have their own track. Did you go to the Upsun booth?
I didn't go to the Upsun booth, but I did go to their track for like 2 or 3 talks.
Yeah, their branding is cool with the orange.
Yeah.
Right? That's definitely bright. It's cool. It goes with the green.
With the name, yeah.
Yeah, and like, I mean, you know, we're sponsored by MongoDB, which is kind of orange, so we've got to love it. They have some funny stickers, but honestly, I've never really spent time there.
Yeah, I neither.
I honestly don't really know what they do. Not to offend anyone, because I don't use Symfony anymore, so like I have little interest in anything that deploys, right? Like,
Yeah.
it's not something I do. I release, and then other people deploy and then probably curse me because I broke something. So from there we had, I want to say, private packagist.
Yeah.
What's
that was
private
as well.
packagist?
It's to be honest, I'm not sure about that, but it's basically something like Composer.
So, do you know packagist?
Yeah.
Packages.org, right? Like, so Composer is a tool that installs PHP dependencies on your system.
Right. Yeah.
For this project, which is an important distinction from extensions. And it uses packages.org as a repo that maintains a list of packages, their compatibilities, and they've implemented the SAT solver from, I think, SUSE Linux, and it resolves to a set of components that fit your system and constraints. Beautiful tool. That is open source, and private packagist is the same product for companies with additional features that may be interesting to bigger companies.
Yeah.
Or, for example, if you sell licenses to something, you have a private packagist and somebody gets a key. With that, they can use private packagist, and once that key is expired or whatever, they no longer have access to anything.
Yeah.
Right? So that is an interesting thing for companies. For the open source portion, we don't need all that stuff.
Yeah.
And if that kind of work sponsors the open source ecosystem, that is just beautiful. They're also a regular neighbor to the next booth, and we've seen people from the booths spend more time chatting to each other than to attendees. The next one is MongoDB. And so, full disclosure, I work at MongoDB. I was maybe at the booth for 5 minutes, but it's not my job to be at the booth at this conference. Did you visit the MongoDB booth yet?
I didn't visit it yet, but I strolled around.
That's actually cool, because then let's do JetBrains and MongoDB tomorrow.
Yeah.
There is also an activity, so I don't want to spoil too much. It has to do with archaeology. We did use some AI. Did you see the advertisement videos today?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you see the MongoDB one?
I think so. Yeah. Absolutely.
What else do you remember besides Jeremy wearing a big elephant as his head under a lab coat? That was Jeremy Mikola, by the way. The big elephant, the blue elephant in our advertisement. We'll link it. Advertisement. We had a 30-second advertisement slot, and if I had gone to marketing and had them produce something 30 minutes, that would have cost like 10 times as much as the conference sponsorship. So when we had a team meetup in Montreal, we just shot some roll and beef footage, and then Jeremy worked like 3 nights to stitch that together into a 33-second montage with an AI-generated song about MongoDB. So if you're in for that, like, some AI slop is always good. And there was some elephant trade happening there by Joppe, which we wanted to talk about. We'll check out that booth tomorrow. We have some funny stickers as well. Are you a developer?
I'm a developer.
Do you have side projects?
I have side projects.
But the big question is, do your side projects have side projects?
They don't have right now, but they might be in the future.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm a developer. My side projects have side projects. There's also been known to some underground stickers going around. I've seen stickers from our sponsor, MangoDB, because 9.9999% is still 5 nines. And there's some other ones like developers deserve better than SQL, I think, something some
I have
guy
heard
said.
about that one.
Yeah, that
There
one's
might
going
have been a
around.
good talk about it.
There might have been a good talk about it. I am personally biased to this situation. My imposter syndrome tells me it was dog shit.
Yeah,
I do remember that I did. I think it was you that I promised it to, that I would
Yeah,
piss
you
people off.
were.
And Ian Cambridge, another speaker,
Yeah.
took the challenge that he's going to piss people off more. And there wasn't anything in there. And then somebody asked me the question, like, we've been using SQL for 50 years. I mean, isn't it good? Can we just accept that it's good,
Yeah.
maybe? And to which I wanted to respond with a German joke, which I'm gonna tell in German. You're German as well. I'm actually not German, but I speak it. Leute, esst mehr Scheiße. 100 Millionen Fliegen können nicht irren.
Yeah.
Which basically means people eat more shit because millions of flies can't be wrong, right? And I didn't want to bring that one because I thought it was too offensive. And then I thought of the next one and I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I was like, well, I don't want to offend anyone here, but honestly, like, I don't think that's gonna work out because I'm not sure how long slavery existed, but I'm pretty sure that didn't make it any better.
Yeah, absolutely.
The length, right? So that shut down that argument very quick.
Yeah.
No, but it's all in good spirit. I think that's part of it, is like, you gotta have the jokes that are, you know, in there, not really offensive, but that sometimes make you think, right? Like,
Yeah,
not
absolutely.
satire, but we also need to be critical. I miss more talks about like moral topics, like, hey,
Yeah.
Pauline, oh, I should have Pauline do an unconference talk on this. So she worked at a drone startup before and left it because of some, let's say, changes to the business model. I'm not sure how much she wants to talk about it, so it will be vague. So at the sponsors booth, you get some swag, and you trade some swag sometimes. If you're a sponsor, there's actually a small insider game called Booth Busting, where you take some of your swag and you place it down on another sponsor's table, and you walk around and you keep track of how often people go there, like, and you know how many disappear and whether they're still there. It's fun. There's also the game of, oh yeah, I'm reminded there's a bunch of other sponsors that I forgot. Storyblock had a booth, and Silius had a booth.
Yeah.
Silius, I'm not sure what to say about Silius. I do know that the guys from Commerce Weavers, so Lukas and a couple of others, had a last-minute cancellation. I've heard rumors, so I'm not going to go into that. I will not touch the Silius topic. What I will say is that the Drift booth that I think Commerce Weavers had last year, or no, in Brussels it was, that was pretty cool. That was nice. It felt a bit boring this year, I have to say. Too, you know, businessy, salesy. Storyblock, I don't remember. Did you go to the Storyblock booth?
I have stored around it, but it was basically what I had in the goodie bag on the event.
Oh, you got a goodie bag
Yeah,
from
I got
the
a
event.
one.
Okay.
I got one.
Oh, we could do a video on like goodie bag, and like maybe do a swag review video kind of
Yeah.
stuff. I know goodie bags are difficult. Like, I also struggle with producing a lot of stickers, and I want to like stick them somewhere, but not just to get rid of them, right?
Yeah.
Do you have stickers on your laptop?
I don't have, but when I bought my private laptop, I bought a case to put on stickers on there. So
Right. So I'm gonna
might be first one from
I'm gonna do
MongoDB.
a sponsored segment that is actually not sponsored at all, but I wish dbrand would sponsor me because I buy a ton of their shit. Like, my phone is naked, nothing on it.
Yeah.
But I did start buying the MacBook skins from dbrand because essentially you can give your MacBook a cool look, but also you can put the stickers on. They come off relatively easy, and the discoloration is only on the actual whatchamacallit, is only on the like actual like sticker. It's a big sticker essentially, and it covers like the whole MacBook. And what you could do is when you get a new MacBook from your employer, if they're nice, it's every 3 years, and it should be like you keep the old one, right?
Yeah.
Like it's written off from taxes. Keep the old one. These are the small perks, and like everybody in your family gets a free MacBook. That's way too powerful for them, but it's just not good for you. There's a lot of hand-me-down going on in tech, which is good. But we need to be responsible and sustainable. Well, you put the stickers on there, you then pull off this screen from dbrand and you can put it in a frame, right? Like you can remember the way your MacBooks look. So mine is full and I change them sometimes. I always start a new MacBook out with like stickers for the tools that I actually use, right?
Yeah.
And then I have like one on there from SymfonyCon 2022, which was the first conference talk that I did after COVID. There's Cosmic, because I like their people, I know a lot of them, they're a cool gang. There's like the tools we make for MongoDB and some of the silly stickers, like developers deserve better than SQL. That was on the very top of my MacBook during the entire talk. So I hope there's some photos I can check whether it's visible. It was there all the time. So that's the cool part of Swag. I want to, before we wrap up, talk about the elephant trade. So what did you buy in terms of elephants? You have to buy them, right?
You have to buy them, yeah.
Yeah, so sometimes you can buy them, sometimes you can
sometimes
only win them, they're rare.
Yeah.
They're a bit of a collectible, and like whoever makes them defines what they want to do with it. Like JetBrains, you have to kind of complete a challenge. You can't buy that one. FrankenPHP will sell it. So it doesn't really make a big profit. I think the like cheapest batch, I have a really old offer, was like $10 to produce per piece and ship. And then you take care of distribution, like you get one bulk shipment. Yeah. And they're mostly sold for like 20 euro, I think, these days.
Euros,
yeah, which, you know, when you think there's other people involved.
Maybe 30, yeah.
So 30 euro, I think now, because everything gets more expensive.
Yeah,
and the dollar is absolutely fucking worthless.
Yeah.
I work for a US company, ask me how I know. But hey, who's complaining? So you bought FrankenPHP 2?
I bought a FrankenPHP 1. And prior that, my first one was the PHP Stan one.
Okay, yeah, so I'm still missing the PHP Stan one. I have a Heroku that I'm willing to trade. Yeah, and our audience says, yeah, we can trade. It's up in my room, so yes, you know where to find me. Shouldn't say it. Anyways, we're almost at time. Tell me, what did Joppe?
Sorry?
What did Joppe have?
Joppe basically, there was another guy in the community that bought like tons of the FrankenPHP one, and he talked to Joppe because both are Belgium, and Joppe basically brought a ton of them to the conference to get picked up by the people that ordered them, which is like posted service on its own, yeah.
Yes, so it's the elephant trade going strong. We call it the mule network. We should actually make the elephant network a thing. Yeah. There have been instances of people like passing stickers around the globe via people that travel to many of the conferences. It's actually a good way to get around, like bring stuff to people. Yeah. So the Elephant Network, we should make that a thing. We can do a sticker review. Maximum 10 day per person, an audience member tells me. FrankenPHP, you can only buy 10 per day per person. Okay. That's how rare these things are at times. Yeah. Last question, is there a MongoDB elephant?
I don't think so.
Would you
But there
want
should
one?
be one. Yeah,
there
absolutely.
Should be one.
Absolutely.
Would you buy one?
Yeah, absolutely.
What should we do with that money? Should we give it to the PHP Foundation?
Yeah, either that or invest into making better products.
You know they have big ones too, right?
Yeah.
They're more expensive, but they're fucking cool. Yeah. So I've been trying to make this happen for years. I am going to make it happen in MongoDB, trust me. There will be big elephants for people that make that happen for free. These come out of my pocket because that's how much it's worth it to me, and that's like my gift to some people in the community that have made my life strong. So let MongoDB know in the comments that you are willing to buy 10 elephants per day. I will give you 20 per day, right? Like, I don't care. I will have one entire box shipped to you just so they are out of my garage, because that's the problem that I face, okay? So
Yeah.
we're gonna make this happen. Marketing is not going to like me anymore afterwards, but what do I care? What are they
Yeah,
gonna do?
it's only
Banish
marketing,
me to
right?
some island?
Yeah.
That was for my boss. So let us know in the comments. That was for Jeremy Mikola. You were a wonderful guest. Thank you very much. It has been an absolute pleasure. Enjoy the rest of your conference.
Thanks for having me, and enjoy the rest of the conference as well.
Awesome. We're going to wrap up. It's beyond midnight, so good night, everyone.